Hi viewers, good morning to everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to this my small presentation on journal selection tips, which is very important before submitting your manuscript to the journal. There are so many things are there to consider in it before submitting to the journals. There are so many uh, errors or mistakes we may do, and it will be just simply wasting of our time, and at the end we may again sit and again resubmit. So in order to avoid all those things, I have created a small tips for selecting a journal. So as a researcher, we need to select the right journal in order to have a success for the publication. So in this presentation, I will discuss what are the factors, what are the consideration, what are the things we need to keep it in our mind before selecting a best journal so that it goes to the right journal, goes to right viewer. It also helps to increase your citation. So before to that one, it is very important to understand the scope and target of audience of a journal. So first we need to think about the scope of a research, and another important factor we need to include and we need to consider, that is a target of the audience. The research scope, make sure that your whatever written manuscript having a significant keywords which is exactly suitable for the journal. One thing, the aim and scope of every journal will be there. I request before submitting the journal, please reread to understand whether this journal is having similarity of a scope of your manuscript and the journal's requirement. So target audience, and after thinking about aim and scope, just think this journal, whatever journal you're going to select, who is going to study. I mean, your research paper may be having some of the endpoints which may be telling to the academician sometime, or sometime for the physicians, if it is any clinical trials, if it is related to any disease and all, it may be telling for some time clinical study, sometime preclinical study. So understand who is going to read your paper, read your manuscript. That is also one of the important factor before selecting to the journal to in order to submit your manuscript. Another important thing is journal reputation, the impact factor. Whether the journal is Scopus indexed after submission and everything. Sometimes what happens is the journal may be not having good quality, and your everything, whatever you submit, things will go well and everything happens, and you may feel that yes, I have submitted the paper, I have published the paper. But if your paper is not going to get a good citation, then everything will goes. Citation is also very important in order to increase the quality of your paper. So one more factor also you need to consider, that is a journal reputation. So that will help your paper to read as many as readers. That increases your citation as well as journals quality. But here the journal's quality and your work both will be always will be having a parallel, I mean what I can say, mutualism. If any paper is getting published in a good journal, your citation will increase and the journal quality will also increase. So here, so apart from this, what I wanted to tell is journal reputation, check that one. And also it's one of the very important thing in today's scenario is happening, that is a predatory journals. In one of the next coming my presentation, I will also upload about things to consider, things to be careful while understanding who are the predatory journals and how to select journal. While selecting a journal, how to identify the predatory journals. So that is another one important thing, that is a journal reputation. Moving to next, journal impact factor. Is it very important to think about the journal impact factor? What is this? What is the importance? And how we will understand the JIF? Impact factor, which estimates the average number of citations received by articles published in a particular journal. Every journal will always wants to have a good quality of work so that their journal reputation will increases. If that increases, then automatically its impact factor will increases. So in that way, before selecting, we should check it out. What is the impact factor of the journal? So the importance of this will tend to have a wider readership and can be more prestigious choice. If you have a good impact factor, your quality of work will be good. So and so paper I have published in a so and so impact factor will give a the significant the level of your manuscript. It's important to consider that JIF is not always an accurate representation of an individual article's impact. Additionally, some fields may even have lower JIF, but it is one of the criteria to select. But keep it in your mind that according to your work, you have to select a journal that should, like for example, if I want to publish in a 10-20 impact factor, that is a good journal. My work is so and so. If you go and if your work is level is 1 or 2 something, if you submit over there, it may take some few months and all for getting review or rejecting all those things. So it simply wastes your time. So understand your work quality accordingly. Try